Well, hello to you all for Sunday's racing from Cork and Chantilly. And with Royal Ascot right here this week, there's so much to look forward to. And I think the boss mentioned on Saturday that there's no chance of any days off next week. He says we are all going to be on duty every day. But I'm telling yous, I'm not minding that a bit for Royal Ascot. Jay Sellers, the main girl, of course. But I've heard Kobe is coming in to talk about one of Wesley Ward's really exciting sprinters, and I'll be there to give you the lowdown on the Irish runners. And it's my opinion that Aidan O'Brien is once again right at the very top of his game, despite being pushed hard by his son Joseph, who took the Oaks from him at Epsom with thundering on. I do think that there's plenty for me to cover this week, but on that subject, I have to get you over to Marie-Francoise at Chantilly for the French Oaks, the Prix de Dion. Marie-Francoise?
Merci beaucoup, Caroline, and ooh la la. What a race this is to be, the Prix de Dion. And I am very, very happy to see Diamond Necklace win this Group 1, because I think she is one of the very best fillies in her classic year none. And with the best of the luck in the draw, in 3, Ryan Moore must be liking his chance to win on her again. Diamond Necklace was so very good in the Poule d'Essai des Pouliches at Longchamp last month. I must know that she is going to be the big favourite, but I can also like the chance of Carl Burke's Evolutionist for this 2,000-metre race. Only True Love was too strong for Evolutionist in the 1,000 guineas at Newmarket, but she had much running in her at the finishing post, so maybe this distance will suit her. Oui, a very good race to enjoy, but it is hard to look past Diamond Necklace, who runs so well here in France. So back to you at Cork, Caroline.
Thank you, Marie-Francoise. And back on the Mallow, I am thinking that this Munster Oaks can go to Joseph O'Brien's Naira, with the super Dylan Brown McMonagall in charge for more Oaks glory. She must come on for her 4th in the Orby Stakes the last day, where my choice purview was, oh, so impressive. But I did think that was a field of quality for that listed contest, and after just the 5 starts, is still totally unexposed. Last August, she was 3rd in the Group 1 German Oaks at Dusseldorf, so the Owning Hill Yard has a very good filly here. There's not been too much space in the betting this week between Nira and the 3-year-old filly Sparren Nua, who showed plenty of toe when scoring by over 4 lengths at Gowran Park the last day, while I do think Donnacha O'Brien's Eritrea has a big win in her somewhere. Yes, Naira is the one for me, and maybe Eritrea can run her close if seeing out the trip. And now back to you at Chantilly for your next best.
Thank you, Caroline, and it has to be Rumorist to be winning this Prix de Lys ahead of André Fabre's Space Waltz. Again, it is just the 4 runners, which must make this the race of the tactics. But I did very much like the way Rumorist always kept his position in the front of the pack in the Prix de l'Avre at Longchamp, with Maxime Guyon knowing he still had kept something in his reserves, so could keep always bright light behind. This is a new distance for Space Waltz, this 2,400 metres, so I think that Maxime Guyon will be on that same tactic, to control the pace from the front, but wait for Space Waltz to go and then keep his position on Rumorist non.
Earlier on at Cork, I'm going to take my chances with Sheila Lavery's Fort Vega for this Mallow handicap, who won this last year from Heavenly Power. This Lope de Vega gelding is £2 higher than that last win, but his last run at the Curragh in another Premier handicap tells me there could be more to come with the extra furlong. Headmaster, reopposing here, beat Fort Vega that last day under a beautifully timed ride from Dylan Brown McMonagall, very much the man of the moment after his win in the Epsom Oaks, will be making a race of it. But my instinct tells me Fort Vega might be the one. Stephen Thorne has Sir Les Patterson, with Jack Kearney's £3 claim useful, and also stablemate Gleneagle Bay, who is on a bit of a recovery mission after a poor run here the last day. Andrew Slattery's Bint Majestic Roy is also on my list, but I do fancy Fort Vega to win again. Next up for us on Sunday is the Midsummer Sprint Stakes. Well, looking at O Cecilia's run the last day at Naas, I am finding her easy to back for this Sprint Stakes. Ken Condon's Star-Spangled Banner filly was kept to the stand-side rail there by Billy Lee, and although she couldn't quite reach Havana Anna in that Goff's Lacken Stakes, it wouldn't take much more to be winning this with that level of performance, and being an open-aged race, she does get bundles of weight from the field. I would be thinking that the negative is the draw in stall 1, as there is a definite advantage to a high draw over 5 furlongs on the Mallow, but I'll take my chance on O Cecilia with Gazelle d'Or to make a race of it. And now, I'll get you over to to Marie-Francoise at Chantilly.
Thank you, Caroline. And oh yes, this is going to be a very good race, the Prix Bertrand Dubreuil, even if it is just the 4 of them. And it will be hard to see how Salan will not be the big favourite for this Group 3 race, as Francis-Henri Graffard's colt is usually seen at the top level non, including the Breeders' Cup meeting at Del Mar, and this season started with the locking at Newbury. Maybe Newbury did not suit Salan, as there was no improving his position when Mikel Barcelona made the run, so I can have my doubts over his form this season. D'accord, I will be on Christophe Ferland's Elastic for this Prix Bertrand, with Maxime Gouillon now at his very, very best, and maybe Owen Burrows' Remus can be also involved.